Hello, I'm David, and in this video I'll be showing you some methods of importing files into a Scrivener project. Although you can bring files in from pretty much any word processor, for our demonstration I will start by opening a Word file. Here we have a file entitled prideandprejudice.doc. You can see that the file contains a comment, image and footnote. Although Scrivener can import doc and docx files directly, to preserve features such as these, the best format to use is RTF, which is supported by all versions of Word. From within Word, you can go to File, Save As, and get an appreciation of all the file types supported: doc, docx, RTF, etc. We're going to save as an RTF file. If I now close Word and use File, Import Files from within Scrivener, to import the RTF file we just created, you can see that the comment, image and footnote have all been preserved, with the comment and footnote now appearing in line. To import, I can also simply drag a text file into the draft area of the binder. Let's do that with the original doc file. As you can see, the text comes across fine, but images, footnotes and comments won't import properly due to limitations with the standard Apple importers. As a rule of thumb, for more complex documents, it's best to import them as RTF. For documents that contain just text, it doesn't matter so much. When importing files, one thing to bear in mind is that Scrivener relies on the file extension to determine the file type. If there is no file extension, Scrivener will just import as plain text. If we look at this Word document in the Finder, you will see that its .doc extension is missing. If we import this into Scrivener, you will see that it comes in as a lot of gobbledygook. If you ever see this, just add the file extension in the Finder and re-import. As you can see from the screenshot, Scrivener supports a plethora of file types when importing. We have both import and export support for scriptwriters who use Final Draft, but that will be covered in a separate video. Once imported, a text file can then be manipulated using Document Split at Selection to create two separate files. To do this, we place our cursor where we want to split the file and then go to Documents, Split at Selection, or hit the keyboard shortcut, which is Command K. Alternatively, we can use Documents Split with Selection as Title to get a file entitled Chapter 3. The keyboard shortcut for that is Option Command K. You are not limited to importing only text files. You may wish to refer to various types of research documents, and for this Scrivener supports the import of PDF files, QuickTime media, web pages and images. To import research files, just grab the files in the Finder and drop them into the research folder in Scrivener's binder, or again you can use the import files from the file menu. Research files can be dropped anywhere except in the draft folder. The draft folder is special as it contains the documents that will form the final manuscript, so this is reserved for text files only. So, I just dropped a 6-minute movie file, an image, and a 203-page PDF document into research. this video I'll be covering the basics of installing Scrivener onto your Mac. In relation to this, a point to note is that the file import files command is intelligent. If a file or folder within the draft section of the binder has focus, you will not be able to import media-based files. They will be grayed out as shown. See that as soon as we move the focus to the research area of the binder, the same media files are now available for import. Not that you would typically want to do this to Chapter 3 of Pride and Prejudice, but you can also bring text into Scrivener using the Clippings Services feature. Let's try bringing in some text from a web page in this way. In Safari, go to the relevant web page, select the text on the page, and then go to Safari Services Scrivener, append selection to current text document. The clipping services are great for grabbing text from any application you happen to be in. But if you want to grab a whole web page for reference, you can do that too. To do this, we need to go to File, Import, Web Page. If I title the web page My Web Research, that is what it will be called within the binder. Alternatively, I could just grab the fave icon next to the URL in the address field of the browser and drag that directly into the research area of the binder. Suppose you import a web page and for some reason decide that you want to edit it. We can do that by converting web pages inside Scrivener to text documents. For our demonstration, let's first duplicate a web document so we can see the difference. To do that, we select the web document in the binder and go to Documents, Duplicate, or hit Command D to create a copy of the selected document. If we now go to Documents, Convert, Web Archive to Text, you will see that we now have an editable text document. You can do exactly the same thing with imported PDF files. Files that have been imported keep their original formatting, as you would expect. However, once your files are inside Scrivener, you may decide that you want them all to use the same formatting. You can set default font and paragraph formatting by going to Scrivener, Preferences, Text Editing. Here you can see a text view with a ruler, which allows you to edit the default text attributes. This will only affect new documents that you add to the project, as obviously we wouldn't want changes here to affect existing documents that you may have carefully formatted in creative ways. If you want to assign this default formatting to existing documents or documents you have imported, that is easy enough. All we need to do is select the documents we want to affect in the binder, like so, and then go to Documents, Convert, Formatting to Default Text Style. If we look at those documents again, we will see that they now have the font and paragraph attributes defined in our preferences throughout the file. This is by no means an exhaustive demonstration of all the methods available for importing information into a Scrivener project, but I hope the brief overview has been beneficial. Goodbye.